Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here, continuing to cook up this NBA action. Y'all know we do on the NBA Jam Session. We cook up every single game, every single day. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's been a crazy weekend. I'm a little behind schedule, so this jam session is gonna look a little different. I still got the graphics, and we're still finna go through every single game. It's just all finna be in one setting. I'm just finna shoot it at you guys and go. It's Sunday, NFL Sunday. A lot going on. Ton of NBA games as well. I'm still here to cook them up for you guys right here right now. If you guys are looking for my best plays, the plays that I personally have the most money on, those are over at Pickdawgz Premium. We smashed another play of the day yesterday with the New Orleans Pelicans, man, bringing us to 8-1-2 last 11 on our NBA play of the day, seeing the board extremely well on that play. We're also up units in the NFL. We're seeing the board really well right now, trying to keep that momentum rolling forward so you guys can scoop up those plays over at Pickdawgz Premium. All right, Money Making Sunday. Decent NBA card. Let's go ahead and hop right in. First game up. Told y'all the graphics is going to be a little different today, but we're still here. We got the Sixers laying 4.5 on the Brooklyn Nets. Sixers, man, they did bounce back after losing 2 straight games at the crib. Bounced back and beat Atlanta 126-116. The Brooklyn Nets lost their last game 122-115 to Miami out on the road. Their 2 previous games before that, they were at home and won pretty comfortably. 124-104 over Orlando. It's a really good win. And 102-94 over Washington. That's a solid win. Hey, as you see on your screen, the Sixers are 9-3 against the spread, one of the best money-making teams. But the best money-making team in the NBA is the Brooklyn Nets at 9-2-1 against the number. I'm not rushing to fade Brooklyn. I'm not. The Sixers are the better team, playing the better basketball, but I could see them winning this game by 2-3 points, a close competitive game. I can tell you right here, right now, everybody, their uncle, mama, and auntie will be on the Sixers in this game. So if you are sharp, the sharp play is the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if I'm betting this game personally or not. As I always say, fading the Sixers is not fun, but I do believe the play here in the first game of the day is the Brooklyn Nets. Next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors at the crib, laying 7.5 on the Detroit Pistons. Hey, short, sweet, simple. We're not laying 7.5 points with the Toronto Raptors at the crib. When they're at home as a dog, like they were last time against the Boston Celtics, that's a great spot to take them. They usually play their best basketball at home. And they are the better team here. They should win this game comfortably, but I can see them going through the motions and barely pulling this one out, failing to cover. I know the Pistons, man, they're one of the worst teams in the NBA, 2-11 straight up, but they're 6-7 against the number. They're about a 50-50 ATS team. You got to pick your spots. And I do think this is one of the good spots to try to take them. I understand their injury report is disgusting. Duran out, Joe Harris out, Monte Morris out, Killian Hayes game time decision, and Isaiah Livers game time decision. And I know they've lost, 5 straight games, but still, the Raptors are not a lay 7.5 point type team. The Pistons, they've been competitive in damn near every game they played. I'm expecting them to stay competitive here. I don't want to like laying points with bad teams, and that's what the Raptors are. They're 5-7. That's a losing team. They've also lost 3 of their last 4, including back-to-back at home to Milwaukee and Boston. I know those are 2 good teams, but still, I'm not looking to lay this amount of points with bad teams, and I think that's what the Toronto Raptors are. Is there a scenario and a path where they come out here and win this game by 10? Of course there is, but will I be there? No, sir. I'd much rather have the points in my back pocket with the Detroit Pistons. Moving right along. We got the Orlando Magic out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers laying 5.5 points in this game. These 2 teams are eerie similar. These are 2 teams looking to take that next step this year. 2 teams that weren't that great last year, which you start to see at the end of the season. You started to see the pieces and the foundation start to formulate. Hey, the Magic, they've won 3 of their last 4, including 2 straight in Chicago, 103-97 and 96-94. Lost to Brooklyn on the road, got their doors blown off, 124-104, but they beat Milwaukee at home, 112-97. Jalen Suggs, game time decision in this one. Markelle Fultz will not play. Andrew Nembhard out for the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, they've won 4 of their last 5. We've been on the Pacers a ton. These boys have been hoping. We had them straight up money line in their last game against Philly. And I actually like them laying the points in this game. They're really well rested. They haven't played since the 14th. So they've had 5 days of rest. I know the Magic beat Chicago in back-to-back games in Chicago, but They should have ran Chicago out of the gym. How bad Chicago was playing. They allowed them boys to get back in the game. We've seen the Magic struggle out on the road. Like I said, got their doors blown off by the Nets 124-104. The Pacers are one of the best offensive teams in the league, man. They can run and gun with anybody. When their shots are falling, they can run anybody out the gym. And I think they kind of run the Magic out of the gym here. I understand why the line is this high. The Pacers are hooping, especially at home. I think they beat up on the Magic. I think it's just a bad spot for the Orlando Magic. It's going to be their fourth straight road game. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, but give me the Pacers. My guy, Tyrese Halliburton. I think they run the Orlando Magic right out of the gym. Next game up, we got the Denver Chicken Nuggets out on the road facing the Cleveland Cavs. Cavs getting 2.5 points at the crib. No Donovan Mitchell, no Okoro, no Jerome, no Jamal Murray still for the Nuggets. The Nuggets, they've now lost back-to-back road games, lost to the Houston Rockets 107-104, and lost to the Pelicans 115-110. Hey, what do we say about the Nuggets? They go stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. In Denver, out on the road, they're a 50-50 team. They can damn near lose any game they play out on the road. That's what they were last season. They won the same amount of games as they lost last season out on the road, and those same tendencies are starting to seep through here. They haven't been that same money-making team they were last year either. As you see on your screen, they're 5-7 against the number. Every time I see them on the road, I get a little nervous, and that's why the line is so short here at 2.5. But I'm not overcomplicating this. I love fading Cleveland as well. Cleveland's one of the worst ATS teams in the league at 4-8 against the number. I think the Nuggets go in here and get this one done. No Donovan Mitchell. I think Jokic eats the lunch of Mobley and Jared Allen. Hey, if they're going to give me the short line with the Nuggets, I'm sure going to take it. I like to fade Cleveland. Cleveland does play its best basketball at home. You know, they were a solid home team last year, and they're playing decent right now. They've won 3 of their last 4, but I think this is a step out of their weight class. I think the Nuggets are head and shoulders the better team. I'm expecting the Nuggets to win this game fairly comfortably. All right, those are the first 4. I got to load some more graphics here right quick. Next game up, man, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, man. Hey, what they did last night was absolutely disgusting. They had a nice lead in the fourth quarter and it just withered away. Let Milwaukee get back in that game and win it in the end. They're on the back end of a back-to-back. I'm not betting the Mavs today. The Kings are red hot. They won 5 straight. They were the best road ATS team in the NBA last year. Mavs, again, on the second level of a back-to-back with travel, had to leave Milwaukee, come back to Dallas. It's a bad spot for this team, man. I think they lose tonight, making it 3 of their last 4 they've lost. They got to figure out, you know, that defense in the second half of games. They had that game yesterday. They had that game, and it withered away. I'm not rushing to bet them today. Kings are rolling. Kings, we know they hoop out on the road. I think they come in here and beat my team straight up, in all honesty. So I can't bet my Mavs today. Next game up. We got the Boston Celtics out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis is getting 9.5 points at the crib. It says 8.5 on the screen, but it's moved up to 9.5 since I made the graphics. I mean, I understand why the line is where it's at. We got arguably the best team in the NBA versus the worst team in the NBA. Let's call a spade a spade. The Celtics have been hooping. They've won 5 straight. You know, for the most part, they've beaten up on the teams they played, beat up on Brooklyn, beat up on Toronto, beat up on New York, beat up on Philly. Those were 4 straight games of double-digit wins. And then they went out on the road and barely beat Toronto. Did get a win, failed to cover in that game. If I'm being honest, if I were to bet this game, I would fade Boston. But again, fading Boston is not for the weak-hearted. Not one of my favorite games tonight. I promise you, I'm not looking to bet Memphis. But I do believe Memphis is the right side, and this one's a bundle of points for them at the crib. I can see the Celtics winning this game, but kind of going through the motions. Maybe a 7-8 point win. That's still a solid win for the Celtics, but it's a cover for the Memphis Grizzlies. Where do Memphis usually play their best basketball? At home at the crib, at least last season. I've been talking about this team all year. I'm not high on this Grizzlies team, but they're going to give me damn near 10 points at the crib. I'm going to have to take it. Can the Celtics come in here and blow their doors off? Of course they can. They're the best team in the league right now today. But that's a lot of points to lay on the road, especially coming off a road game where they just didn't cover. I'd rather have the points in my back pocket. I know Memphis is on the back end of a back-to-back. I hate that as well. But they did come back and beat the Spurs. They had to travel back home as well. Not one of my favorite games. 9 times out of 10, I'm not betting this game, but I give y'all guys a play in every game every day. And I do believe if I were to play it, the side here is the Memphis Grizzlies. Everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie is going to be laying the points with Boston. If you want to go sharp, take the Memphis Grizzlies plus the points. All right, we got 3 games left. 3 games left, and I'm going to get out your hair. Again, sorry for how the video was today. I was running late, but hey, I'm still here giving y'all the information, talking y'all through my thoughts. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. And if you do, smash that like button for your guy, man. It really helps me out a ton. All right. 3 games left. 3 games left. Next game up, we got a rematch from the other day. We got the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. Wrong graphic. Hold on, let me fix that. We got the Utah Jazz and the Phoenix Suns. There we go. I shot this whole thing in one take, so hey, smash that like button for me, man. Phoenix is laying 4.5 points at the crib on Utah. Utah did compete in that last one, and I kind of think they compete here in this one as well. I'm not laying 4.5 with Phoenix out on the road. I think this is going to be very similar game to what it was last time. Whoever has the ball less has a chance to win it. It was Phoenix that ended up getting it done, 131-128. These two teams have played twice this year, though. Phoenix did blow their doors off the first game, but that game was in Phoenix. The second one was in Utah. This one's in Utah as well, and I think it's going to be very similar to the game the other night. The Jazz, they're bad, but they're not terrible. They can and will cover in certain spots, and I kind of think they compete and cover here. They actually have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. If you're looking for some plus money, this is a revenge spot for the Jazz at home. I think it's a pretty good place to try to take a shot on a plus money dog. The Utah Jazz here, the Suns, they're okay, man. Injuries have really riddled what they got going on. Looks like Devin Booker will play in this one, Kevin Durant as well. Bradley Beal will be out for some time, so we still have yet to see the big 3 play for this team. Hey, when I get back home, I might look at trying to lay the points with Phoenix. I'm not in a rush to lay points with Phoenix out on the road. Utah is a scrappy team, as you see, 6-6 against the number, about a 50-50 team. I think they're a live dog here at home. They just got a good look at what Phoenix looked like the other night, kept it competitive, lost by 3. If they make a few adjustments, they can win this game straight up. I'd much rather have the points in my back pocket or attack the plus money like I always say. 2 games up, 2 games up, 2 games to go. Next game up, man. We got our favorite money-making team, a team that just continues to get it done for our pocketbooks, the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies, man. Shout out these boys, man. How about Chet Holmgren? Oh, my God. That 3 he hit last night for the tie? Big-time players make big-time plays. Welcome to the league, Chet Holmgren. And them boys got it done in OT. On the road against the Warriors, the Thunder buddies are hooping. Thing is, now they're on the back end of a back-to-back with travel heading up to Portland. Seems like a flat spot. They're going to win the game. I don't know if I want to lay the points here in this game. No, it just seems like kind of a trap spot. They are rolling. Y'all know I love betting the Thunder. I call them our favorite money-making team, but I'm also here to tell you the spots that I think teams can and will fall flat, and this is one of those for the Thunder. Now, can they come out here and blow this team out by 10, 15 points? Of course. The Thunder, I've been telling you guys, are one of the best teams in the West. The Blazers, they're one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. But on the back end of a back-to-back with travel, laying this amount of points just doesn't seem like the great place to be, in my opinion. I know the Blazers are straight ass. They've gotten beat by double digits in 3 straight games. The Lake Show beat them up. Cleveland beat them up. Utah beat them up. But I think they compete here, man. Getting this amount of points, 7.5. We may even get a few more points. Come game time, I would grab the points with the Portland Trail Blazers. I don't fade the Thunder buddies often, but off an overtime game, had to travel back-to-back up to Portland. It just seems like a spot where they could fall flat. Give me the Portland Trail Blazers. Short, sweet, simple here in this one. Last game up. Last game up, fellas. Y'all know who it is, man. It's the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the Lake Show. The Lakers laying 5.5 points at the crib. Hey, short, sweet, simple. We're continuing to ride the Houston Rockets. I don't know if everybody watches the games every night like I do, but if you do, then you know the Rockets are hooping. They had a chance to beat the Clippers outright in that last one. They did fall short in the end, really lost by 4. They kind of fouled. made the scoreboard look a little worse than it was, a 6-point loss. But they were in that game the entire way through, played them boys extremely hard, and I think that's what they do here with the Lakers. I know the Lakers have played their best basketball at home, but I have seen nothing to warrant laying 5.5 points with the Lake Show. And remember, we've already seen the Houston Rockets beat up on the Lakers this season. It was 128-94. I'm talking about they took them boys behind the woodshed in that one, 128-94. That game was in Houston, and this is a revenge spot for the Lakers at home where they play their best basketball. I don't care, though. I'm grabbing the points with the Houston Rockets. This team is playing really good basketball right now. I don't think that the casual fan knows that. I love the cultural change here for Ime Udoka, and I think the Lakers are only favored by this many points because they're the Lakers, not because of the actual play that's been played on the floor thus far this season. I know the Rockets are coming off a pretty significant homestand. And, they did just lose their last game to a Clippers team that was free falling. That was a really good game, though. And I think they compete here with the Lake Show. I'm going to grab the points with the Houston Rockets here in our last and final game of the night. There it is. I just broke down every single game tonight, man. I hope you guys appreciate the content. I did that in one take, man. That's kind of surprising. Not surprising, but it's some goat shit, in my opinion. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. I'll be back regular scheduled programming on the jam session tomorrow. I just was running behind, but I still wanted to get the content out for my guys. I hope you appreciate it, man. Smash that like button for your guy. And as I always say, if you're rocking with me, rock with me. Of course, I got premium plays over at the site, man. Hey, 8, 1, and 2, last 11 on our NBA play of the day. So that means on our last 11 plays, we've only lost 1 in the NBA. And those 2 pushes, if you caught the closing line, you cash. So we've been seeing the board extremely well on our top play in the NBA. Of course, we got one of those today. You guys can scoop it up, but it's NFL Sunday. We're up in units, like up over 1,100 units in the NFL as well. You guys can scoop up my NFL plays over at Pickdawgz Premium. Best thing to do, though, hop on something long-term. That way you get every single play that I release for the time frame of the package that you get. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's make some money tonight. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. I'll be back tomorrow. We got a decent card in the NBA tomorrow, regular schedule programming. But again, I just wanted to get this out. I was running late, but I got it out. So, hey, let's make some money tonight. It's been your guy. I'm out of here. Peace.